everyone, and welcome back to the Great International Craft Show for year 2022. How exciting! So I would like to share that we have got celebration happening. So from the 4th of January to the 28th of February. So for every $90 you spend, you get to choose a free celebration product. And that's a win-win. We also have our beautiful new mini catalogue out, so if you haven't seen this yet, you can always check it out on at my shop at teresabrownstamping.stampinup.net. So this morning I'm going to share one of our freebie stamp sets and how to use it. I think it's really cute. It's the little otter one, and it's really cute. So for $90 you can receive this one for free. It just tells you if you spend $90 you can receive that for free. If you spend $180, there's other stamp sets, and like this one here, where you can get the stamp and the paper for if you spend $180, you can choose them for free. Okay, so without further ado, let's come down to my workbench and let's start. I'm just going to get this in a right position. Excuse my finger for a minute. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Just also wanted to share with you at the moment with Celebration being a demonstrator, the best thing about being a demonstrator is the community and your earnings, and you can save your 20%. But also by joining through Celebration, if you haven't got a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and you would like to join a team, I would love to have you on my team. And in the back of the Celebration brochure, it tells you, I'm just going to read it to you. When you become an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, you'll join a supportive community of others who share your passion for creativity. Join now and select $235, this is Australian, in products and pay $169. During Celebration, you'll also get to choose any 2 stamp sets free. So you get to choose another 2 stamp sets free. So that's through any of our catalogues, and that is a real bonus to choose 2 free. That's not through the Celebration, that is through our normal catalogue. So yeah, so joining Stampin' Up! At the moment is a really good time. Now, I just want to, we're going to be using the Give It a Whirl die, and we're going to be using the Awesome Otter, which is the free Celebration stamp set for this card that I'm going to make today. So let me also share with you some mix and match that will go with the Awesome Otter. So Friends Are Like Seashells is another one that would go really well with this, so you could intermix these 2. Seascape is another one that you could intermix this with, and Whale Done is another one that you can intermix this with, and this one has a punch that goes with the whale as well. Okay, so they're just mix and match. I like to be able to mix and match my stamp sets up. Now in this set you'll get our frames, so you'll get our frame like this that will cut out this wedge, but also you'll get 4 shaped windows that you can cut out, so you can cut out circles or the hearts. You can cut out just a straight banner, or you can cut out our, this half circle one. So they're the 4 styles that you can do as a window. Now your windows can be done up the top, or they can be done down the bottom. So I'm just going to show you the windows here. that I've already cut out. So this one I actually stamped some images on it just to give you an idea that if you wanted to, you could just stamp some images on your outside card, or you can actually cut it with your designer series paper. So with this one I've cut the designer series paper, and I've also cut a little wedge here, which was just from the bottom of here. So I've still got the seam happening around the outside, just to pop on here so that I can actually put my stamp image on there as well. Now to actually get these in order where you actually need to put them, you need to actually put this over the top here of the circle. You have a little circle here and a little circle in here, and you need to put this over the top and place it where you want to, and I just use a little bit of washi tape to hold it in place, and then you can run it through the big shot. Okay, so yeah, just a little bit of tape to hold it when you're running it through. So you can do it with any of these ones. So you can have your circle one, you can have your heart one, or you can have your word one. And the other thing that you can have is that you can have it coming from the bottom as well. You don't have to just have it coming from the top, you can have it coming from the bottom. Now I know this is a good one for older children. They really do love this. I mean, they have a lot of fun with it. You have a circle outside one that will go around this when you're actually doing it. So I'm going to put together this one first, because this is the easiest one to start off with if you've never done it before. Okay, so I've cut it out in my designer series paper, and I've cut two. I cut one with the circle, which I'll do a bit later. So, and I've used the reverse for this one. So it's the Hostess designer series paper, and when I say Hostess, it's the designer series paper in the back of our annual catalogue. And if you order $250 worth of products, you can get the Hostess paper cheaper. And I do like to share this because a lot of people don't realise it's sitting over here on page 171, and you get so many sheets of paper. You get 4 of each. This is a great way to start off with the kiddies. They've got lots of brights on one side and black and white on the other side. So this is the black and white side, and this one here is got the colour on it. So now you have these little templates too that you need to cut out. So these are your templates that you cut out, and when you cut them out, you'll get like a scored image happening on there. So I've just drawn the lines on that, just so that you can sort of see that this is where your image is going to go under here. Okay, so when this goes in here, this spins around with all your different images on it. Okay, it will spin around, and by putting the lines there to start off with gives you a little bit of help of where you're going to actually stamp your images. Now the Otter doesn't have a lot of other things that you can stamp in with it, because we're going to do this one down here. So I'm going to stamp him on there first. Okay, so where is he? He's here. And I'm going to bring him in around there, because I've already coloured some dancing otters here a bit earlier that we can bring out through the side if we want to. So I'm just going to stamp this on here to start off with, and I'm going to use the Memento black ink. Okay, so I'm going to bring this, we could do a few of these if we wanted to, so I could do one coming up there and then bring another one down there, so you can have a couple of otters on the front of this one, okay, which is quite cute. So this is going to go onto this section here, so our otters are going to go in there. Then we're going to do this section here, so we're going to actually do what's in here, and we're going to stamp some little things in there. So this is where the mix and matching comes in really handy. So I pulled out this stamp set because it's got some great little, it's got a turtle in there. I'm just going to grab these off. So the turtle's going to fit in there quite well, and I think that would be really cute because it's like a sea theme. So I'm going to pop that on there. Putting the lines there just helps you understand where you're going to actually place your images. Now you can do these in colour if you want to, but I'm just going to do it in the black and white because we've got black and white here. So this is just going to go in here. He's gorgeous. Don't forget we're going to clean our stamps in a minute. Now we're going to turn it around and we're going to put the next image in there, and you can sort of work out what you're going to do. We've got a little seahorse here, so I'm going to put the little seahorse here, and then we've also got some little water dots here, so we can bring them sort of together. And the older kids have a lot of fun because it really makes them create, and they really love coming out with some great ideas. Okay, so we've got our little seahorse happening there. I'm just going to take that off. I'm going to wash these in a minute. Now you can put a word in here if you want to, or you can add a word to the front, which I'll probably add a word to the front. I'm just going to have a look and see what else we have in here. Okay, so what if you have like the big whale, and you want the big whale, but you know it's going to only be part of. So we're only going to have part of the whale. So you know you're only going to get part of that whale happening through there. So I think you could stamp him straight on. So we're going to come in and do our whale. Whoops, sorry about that phone. Okay, so we're going to come in, bring the whale in there. Okay, so you can sort of see we're going to get part of the whale happening there. Okay. Now this is going to go into these sections here. So when you turn it around, you've got the turtle, then you've got the whale coming in with the otters. Oh, sorry about that phone. And then we have the seahorse as well. Okay, so you can colour it if you want to, but I'm going to keep this one as a black and white thing. Now, how do we attach all this together? So the next thing is you're going to need some brads, and we do sell the black and white brads in our catalogue. So you can just grab out one of the brads. Now I like to, one of the circles that I've actually punched out from earlier, I like to put this at the back, and I'm just going to grab my scissors for a minute, and I'm just going to, I normally put a little hole in this, and I'm going to put my little square brad in there. Okay, that works in good. So I'm going to come in with this. So we've got our nice little square brad, which is a black one. Then we're going to come in with this, and the reason I come in with a little bit of just to help this turn around a little bit, so you're not actually bringing that brad right down on top of the spinner, because this is your spinner here. Okay, so when you've got your spinner, you don't want to put that right down on top of it too tight. So I like to spin it around and have it that it will move quite freely. Okay, Now I'm just going to take that off for 1 minute because we need to grab our rubber, which I have here, and we need to just make sure that we rub out all the pencil lines. So we're just going to rub out the pencil lines. Whoop. Just so you can't see them. And it's so much easier having those pencil lines there. They do guide you where to stamp, which is really fantastic. It's a really good guide. Okay, so our turtle up the top, line up your dots. So line up this hole here with this hole here. Pop your brad through. You can have a square one or a round one, it doesn't matter, whichever one you want to put in. Then come in with your little back bit, and this is just the back bit that's come out of the circle that I used to cut out the circles. Okay, sorry, the fingers just don't want to work this morning. Okay, so we're going to open this up, and you can see that this is going to go here. Now this is going to go on here. So our otters are going on the top there. So I'm just going to use a bit of the liquid glue. And just come around, and I'm just coming around here. Now I'm not really doing anything to that centre bit, because if I want to poke some money down there for one of the kids, I can poke some money in there, so which becomes a card and a gift in one. So I can actually pop some money in there for their birthday present, which I really love that idea. So you can sort of see we've got our otters down the bottom, we've got our spin card here. Now you can put some words on here as well. So thanks to you, well done. This is the whale one. I'm not sure if I want the whale one for the words. It's birthday time, and I'm going to use this one because this one's got the little banner from, this comes out of the Give It a Whirl die. Sorry, I had to stop and think of what it was. Give It a Whirl die. So I'm going to grab the happy birthday and line that up to it. Okay, grab our block. This is great little black and white one. Okay, we're going to come in, place this in the middle, hopefully. Yep, it's birthday time. Who doesn't like a black and white theme? And the other good thing about this too is that you can always add a pack of crayons in with this, and I call these, you know, colour me in, so that the person that actually receives them can colour them in with some crayons, and they love doing that. Now I've got some black cardstock here, which this is going to go onto. So this is going to come onto the front of our card like this. But before I do that, I want to add a couple of dimensions to the back either side here, just to hold this up a little bit off the cardstock, so it just makes it easier for it to turn. And I'm also going to add some dimensions just to my back here as well. Okay, so in the corners, you don't want to put it where the spinner is. You don't want to be able to not spin your spinner. You want it to spin, but if you raise it up just that little bit, makes it easier. And I'm just going to put one there. Just makes it easier to spin. So we've got one either side of the little circle here, of the side of the brad, and this makes it a lot easier to do your spinner card. Okay, so this will be so much easier. So we're just going to take the backs off. Okay, so we'll take the backs off here. Okay, so now you've got all your dimensions off the back there, and they'll just go onto your card. So you've got that nice border all the way around. And as you can see, by having it, it will spin so much more easier and free. Okay, so they'll be swimming in the water. And then you can actually bring, it's birthday time, you can bring it up there, you can pop it up there, or you can pop it in under the brad. So you can pop it in there. You can put money in there as well, or you can bring it down here on the side. So it really is up to you where you want to place your little birthday. I'm just going to use some of my baby dimensions here. Just pop 3 of them on. These are really good, these little handy little dimensions. Okay, so it's birthday time. So where do I want that? Do I want it down here? I think so, because I think sometimes if you want to pop some money in there, it will come up through there, so you can sort of see that you've got your spin. Now we have got a chalk marker. Where's my chalk marker? I have got it here. And you can actually put an arrow on here that you can actually bring out, or you can use your chalk marker and add it yourself, or you can do the chalk the arrows that are in here in your dies. Just want to share with you a few other things that you get with this set. How cute is that card? And we'll also put a white insert in. Now when I actually cut this frame out, whether it's in designer series paper or the cardstock, I usually cut this at 15 by 10.5, so you'll get 4 on a card front, and then I lay the template in here, and you can see that you have enough room for it, and you want to give it enough edge for when you've got the stitching. If you do it too close to the edge, you sometimes can not get the stitching right, or it can go over. So to get a nice clean stitching right around your image, you want to have the cardstock at least 15 by 10.5. So I just cut it straight down at 10.5 and then cut it off at 15 half, so you get 4 of them. And that will give you 4 beautiful ones to do, whether you do a circle, the circle one, so you can do the circle one, the heart, like I said. The good thing about it is that you can use also designer series paper, so you could actually pop it, just do a designer series paper one. And if you do the designer series paper one, you've always got this beautiful little circle that's going to come around on that too, so it's going to change it around, and you can change it around a lot to how you want to do it. I'm just going to bring this up for a minute. Sorry, I've got to sorry, I had a little message coming through, and I don't know why the messages are coming through, but I hope they're not in your way. So I'm just going to come back down. Okay, so you can sort of see this is the best way to do this. So let's do the circle one now, because and like I said, if you wanted to, you can just stamp your image on a white card front too. So you could do your white card front and then just stamp out your image. Okay, so that's another way you can do it as well. So with this one here, we have cut out our circle, and I've cut out my circle to go around the outside of this, and I've also got my image here. So now I need to put those lines back in. So the easiest way to do that is either with a ruler, or pop your die back in exactly. You might want to pop the paper out so you can sort of see where the hole is. Pop that little bit of paper out. So just pop it back in where it's got to go, and you can sort of see that it will be right. And it looks like a little bit of a peace sign, doesn't it? And then you can just get your pencil and just because you don't get circles for the circle. So this is what you get, but when you rub that out you won't see it, but you want to make sure that when this is lined up that you'll rub that out, but you'll have a bit of an idea of where your circle's going. So you then can also pop this over the top and just get that pencil again, because you can rub these pencil marks out and just come around the top and the bottom there, just so you can sort of see that this is where your circles are going to go. So place it back onto here. And line him up, and then you can do the full circle if you want to, it doesn't matter. You'll just know where your circles are going to go. Okay, so you can sort of see where you're going to actually pop your words this time, and it's good to draw templates on here to start off with until you get used to it, okay, because if you don't, then you're not going to know. Now the other good thing is, sorry, a bit of a frog in the throat this morning. You can also see with your words, now this says, love you to the beach and back, so you know that one's going to fit in there. And then you can put a shell in there if you wanted to, into the next one, or a starfish. And then you can put, for you, love you to the beach and back. You can put shell in there. If you want to see whether it's going to fit around a word, I always like to place, so you are utterly awesome. So you could put that in there. That would go in there. So that would go in there as well. Okay, so that's really good. So you could do that, or you can put 3 words, lots of words in there. So you could have, for you, you are utterly awesome, love you to the beach and back. So you could take the seahorse out and put for you in there if you wanted to. So I'm just giving you some ideas of how you can actually use this. So start with it facing upwards, okay, so that when you're actually, move these out of the way, so when you're actually stamping your word, you've got it facing upwards, you've got it facing the right way, because that's the way you want it to be. You don't want it to be upside down. You don't want your words upside down when you spin. So this one is love you to the beach and back. So let's stamp this one in here. Pretty well in the center there. Then we're going to turn it. And we're going to put for you. And we're going to stamp that for you in there. Okay, so it'll be up the top for you, and then turn it around so it's facing up the top again, and we're going to have you are utterly awesome. This goes with the Otter free stamp set. Okay, so we want that in the center there. So, so this time I got 3 and I went and put a mark on there. That's okay, I pressed a bit too hard, but hopefully we won't quite see that, and you can always cover that up if you have to. Okay, so out with the rubber again. Rub, rub, rub. Don't forget to rub your circles off as well, because you don't want the circles. Oh, I just went and smudged. Must have some ink on my hands. It can happen to the best of us. Okay, so let's try that through our paper now. So we're going to line that up. There it says for you. Just going to bring that through there. Don't forget we're going to need another one of these little circles that we've cut out. And this time I'm going to use a round. No, I might just use a white brad on this one. Okay, so in the center, I normally use the die, but okay. Just going to bring this through here. This goes on the back here. So we've got our brad. We've got our words, and then we've got our one that we actually stick the dimensions in that too. So you can sort of see now that we've got for you. We just need to rub that out a little bit more. So I've got pencil marks still there. Love you to the beach and back. And then you are utterly awesome. And that little bit of black there doesn't sort of matter really. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some little things on there to cover that up. Show you how to correct something if you make a little blutter Got two little marks on there now, which is not what I wanted, but can't always help that. Sometimes you get ink on your fingers and you don't realise, and yeah, look, see, and you don't realise, and you put your hand on your card. So let me show you. We're going to use the little bubbles here to just come in over the top of our cardstock, and it doesn't really matter where you actually put them, because if you see a bit up the top, it won't matter, and if you see some in between, it won't matter, because we're just going to fill this in. Okay. So you can always cover up those little mistakes if you have a little bit of ink blottage come through, which is quite easy to do. We all can do it. Okay, so now we've got that lovely little thing, bubbles, it looks like sea bubbles coming up. Then we can just put this back together again. Okay, so we're going to come in with our brad. Then we're going to come in with our spinner wheel. And you can sort of see, love you to the moon and beach and back, you can sort of see that that looks really lovely having those little bubbles on there. I'll show you in just 1 minute. We'll put our back bit on again. Okay, now we're going to use our brads. Just going to, our dimensions, I mean. So one either side of the brad, and then one in each corner. This is that beautiful Hostess Designer Series paper, which is black and white on one side and a colour on the other, and it's got lots of different colours, and you're going to get to have a lot of fun using this. Now just remember, you only want it on this piece here. This just helps it spin, because if you have this straight on, then you can't put too much around, where this gives you a place to put a couple of extra dimensions just to hold it into the right place. Okay, so we're going to come through, take our backs off. Yep, love you to the beach and back. We're going to get our black card. Now you can use whatever card you want. Okay, but you can sort of see, I've got ink everywhere. You can sort of see now that you can spin these around, and it looks really, really great. And you can't even sort of see that those lines weren't meant to be there. You're utterly awesome. Okay, now I had 3 coloured otters that I coloured in earlier. Where did I put them? It's amazing, isn't it? You can put something down and they can disappear. Just make sure I didn't put them. Yes, I did. Did I put them back in the container? Yes, I did. So you can sort of see that you can have these here. I just got my little strip of paper here. So I'm going to add this little black and white piece in here. And then we're going to cut those little otters out. Not too much. You don't want it popping out the ends. Now you can just do it to two sides again, because this way, if you want to poke some money through, you can poke some money through. Okay, so you can always poke the money through there. So with our scissors, this has just been coloured in with the smoky slate and the ivory on this one, and using our blenders, and I sort of cut them out, coloured them out a little bit earlier, because sometimes time runs away and you only have a certain amount of time. Okay, so he's really cute, this one. Got little ears happening there. I hope everyone's having a great day. Don't forget to leave me a comment. If you have any questions, please put them in the comment or private message me over on my Facebook page. I'm happy to help. So if you have any questions whatsoever. Okay, so what a cute little set this is for a freebie. Don't you love freebies? I do. I think we all love freebies. And did you know Celebration's actually twice a year now? We have Celebration twice a year. So we have it in now. And I love this little helper little thing here, because it also tells us when we're going to have celebration. I'm just going to go back and have a quick little look on here. So if you joined our team, you'd get one of these little my reference. This is really, really great, this reference. You can purchase these, and they are so good, and I recommend that everyone purchase them, because yeah, it really something you can look backwards and forwards on. Okay, so we have Celebration in January, February, and in July and August. So there you go. And I love the fact that it tells you this on here. So if you're a new demonstrator, you have this little reference guide, which is fantastic to look at. And we're going to pop that around there. So I should have put the brad in over the top of that, but I'm going to raise this up anyhow. So we've got little dimensions here which I'm going to cut. I might just come in here and cut. So I'm going to cut through here, because that's cutting them in half. And then I'm just going to have half on these little bits here. Now I'm not going to put any where that brad's going to be. Put one there, and probably one there. And the brad's going to be about there, so we might just need one either side of that. I'll put one more there. You just find a nice little gap where the brad's going to sit, and these will sit up around it. Oh. Okay, pop that one in there. Now you're going to just take the little backs off. Come out, come out. And this is the bit where I'm going to put where the brad is, because there's no dimensions there. And I'm just going to put that over there. So it sort of gives a little bit difference. Now you can stick a little bit more there if you want to. You can just stick another one in there if you want to. So we've got one. Do we want one or do we want two on here? Okay, let's just do the other one as well. We'll see. I don't know if we'll want three on there, but we'll try. We'll see. Cut this out. I love to share how to use our celebration stamps as well, because a lot of people buy them and then they say, I don't really know what to do. And I think it's important that you get to see how they're used and what you can actually do. Now, colouring them in is quite easily just using your blends or your pencils, your chalks, or whatever your favourite colouring technique is. It might be using the water painter. If you're new to stamping and you haven't done it before and you're not too sure, you can always give me a call and I can talk you through what the different products do and things like that. Or you can jump over to my Stampin' Up site, which is my store, where you can just go and have a look and you can read what the products and everything are on there. When you click on them, it sort of gives you a little bit of description. So you can sort of do that. You need to create an account if you're a first timer. So we've got do you think we'll put the fourth one on there? I think I might bring him. I think I might just keep the two grey ones on there. Okay, so dimension them on, because that makes them just stand up a little bit. 2 dimensions on the back. And you can sort of see when you use your Stampin' blends. These are our Stampin' blends. When you use the Stampin' blends, they're an alcohol pen, so they will come through. So if you do order the Stampin' blends, make sure that you have something like the grid paper, which you can order through our catalogue as well, underneath, so that it doesn't go through onto your table, because they are permanent. Yeah, so you want to make sure that you have something underneath them. And also make sure that you store them horizontal, because if you don't store them horizontal and you store them upright, which I see a lot of people put them in jars, and when you do that, you're going to have a wet end here, but you're going to dry this end out. So make sure you store them horizontal, okay, so that you get the best use out of them. They come in a pack of 2, so they come in a pack with a light and a dark. So, and then if you love one colour, particular colour, you may have to buy a couple of packs of them. I have a couple of packs of the pool party because I use them a lot. Okay, so we can bring our little friend down here. Now once again, you can either use your chalk or you can actually use something on the side here. This is our chalk marker, and I'm just going to draw a little arrow on there, but you can do all sorts of things. So how cute is this? And it's just telling you that you can wind this around, having the arrow there. Okay, for you. And love you to the beach and back. And you are utterly awesome. So just having the words or having your images, it makes a big difference whichever way you want to go, but there's no right or wrong. Okay, so you can just do however you want. Okay, so how cute are our little cards? Don't forget we're going to also put an insert into here. So you've got your inserts that you can just stick into the card. I forgot to cut mine to size, but they are, when you cut them to size, they are 10 centimetres to 14 centimetres, so 10 centimetres wide by 14, and you can just pop that in the middle, and that gives you the inside of the card. But this is a beautiful black and white one, and like I said, Colour Me Happy is something that I like to sometimes do with my grandkids and that, and I like to put a little pack of crayons in with them, and or a couple of crayons, and just say Colour Me Happy, so that they can colour the otters. And if I do that, I will then do the insert as well. So I'm just going to grab my cutter. And sorry, my cutter was just over the other side. So I would cut this at 14. And then at 10. Okay, and then if you wanted to, you would stamp the little otter inside as well, inside the card. So I'm just going to grab that one there and grab the ink. Now I would stamp him off onto like the side, so he's sort of coming out from the corner like this. Okay, so I'd have him coming out like this, and he would get stuck on the inside of the card. Okay, so I would just put some Tombow glue around it. And pop that on the inside of the card. So you have that nice little border all the way around. And how cute is that? They can colour that in. Okay, and it's really cute. And then they've still got the little wheel here that they can turn as well. So that was our black and white one. And this one's using the reverse side of that paper. So that's one side, and this is the reverse side, and this was a little bit that was left over, so I've actually used that on there as well, because it's quite cute to look like a floor, you know, or something that they're walking on or dancing on. So that's really cute as well. So I hope you enjoyed our first back for 2022. I'm excited to be sharing a lot more with you again this year. Don't forget, if you want to join any of my classes, I have lots of classes online. Pop over to Stamping with Teresa, or Teresa Brown Stamping, I should say. Pop over at Teresa Brown Stamping on Facebook, and you'll see a lot, or my blog, which is a link usually on there as well. So God bless you all, and I'll catch you tomorrow because we've got 4 days of crafting. Oh no, actually I'll catch you this afternoon. So I'm on at 7 o'clock again tonight. So I'll catch you then. Bye for now.